One fundamental principle we didn't talk about was the period since the pandemic. Credit has changed. I've coined a new term called the new age of credit, and this is the period since the pandemic. Like I've mentioned to you guys, I've been impacted by the pandemic. I've learned the game of credit since then, and a lot of things have changed, right? Student loans, medical can't be reported anymore, credit scoring models and things like that, right? So I want to ask each and every one of you guys, right? Knowing all of this, that the game of credit has changed since the pandemic, how has this affected you or towards your approach in your community and your strategies?
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it.
For those that don't know me, my name is Wesley Paul, host of the Respect My Blueprint podcast. Please check it out. Take a couple seconds right now, go on YouTube, Respect My Blueprint podcast. Me and Doreen had an awesome show that did over 500,000 on YouTube, sharing the game and secrets of credit. For those that don't know me as well, listen, my story begins a couple years ago. I just finished doing 9 years in prison, got out late October 2019.
No, I'm not gonna.
All right, so.
Okay. Oh, can't hear? Can't hear? My bad. Okay. Respect My Blueprint. All right, go on YouTube. 10 seconds, real quick. Go on YouTube. Type in Respect My Blueprint. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, okay? Respect My
We're gonna
Blueprint.
shift Jackie to after.
There's two channels. Yeah, there's the
Kevin.
one with the
It's on
blue.
his
Yeah,
way.
there you go.
After
My bad.
Kevin,
You're
we're
right
gonna
there.
do Jackie.
All right.
And then if anything.
Okay, well, we're going to get straight into it. Like I said, guys, for those that don't know my story, quick elevator pitch. Finished doing 9 years, all white-collar offenses and everything like that. Got out in late October 2019 to walk into the pandemic in March 2020. So got out from one incarceration to get into another incarceration. Lost everything during those 9 years. Lost everything again when the pandemic came. Had to figure it out. So I said, you know what? What's better than the power of information? Educated myself, empowered myself with credit literacy, fixed my friends and family members' credit, used that knowledge and that skill set to be able to start a credit monitoring agency as well as the Respect My Blueprint podcast, okay? So within 2 years, I've helped over 200 entrepreneurs got funded. I have few mentees in here and individuals who have witnessed and experienced some of the results that I've given them. So this is not about me. I'm just here to share everybody the blueprint. And we're going to hear from the panelists here their blueprint on how they was able to get to the next step, right? Because that's what it's about, right? So if you want to hear the blueprint, let me hear you say blueprint. Blueprint. All right, let's get it going, all right? Let's go ahead and bring the panelists up. Okay. First thing first, let's who we got in the building. All right, we are bringing our favorite middle school math teacher where she educates on credit, funding, insurance, all right, business credit, business funding. If you guys don't follow this young lady's platform, please follow her platform. What's very special about her, she's educating children, which is the next generation. I want to go ahead and welcome Rashedah 3. All right, Rashedah, is she here? Sheeta, my bad. Okay, let's give it up for Sheeta. Let's give it up. Come on, let's go. Oh, she didn't
Is a female version of the hustler.
Listen, Sheeta 3.
All right, she had to fix that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I butchered her name. Let's keep the show going, okay? Next person on stage, we got our favorite CEO in the building. Of course, he is the man that's going to go ahead and tap in on business credit, show you how to get to that next level. My Zoe friend, myself, Haitian, the Herman CEO. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Okay. All right, and also up next, we have a specialist on funding. These two gentlemen here is going to show you how to get to $250,000 for your business. If you haven't learned from them now, you're going to hear from them again now, which is Tevin as well as Brendan Jackson. What's going on, gentlemen?
You gotta put me on.
Let's give it up. Let's give it up. What's up? Man, for real. Come on. Damn.
Hall of Famer.
Okay. All right, and last but not least, y'all know I gotta say the best for last, right? Man, she does her thing. Matter of fact, y'all just heard from her about an hour ago. She's also gonna share with you the blueprint on how to get business credit, leverage personal credit to be able to get funding. None other than Mrs. Cash. One here? Okay, well, we're gonna do, all right, guys. What's going on, guys? Good. You know, I mean, this is my first time meeting many of you or all of you. Okay, I butchered some of you guys' names and I apologize about that, but you know what?
This don't mind.
She don't mind?
I don't mind.
We're good? Okay, okay. For the next 30 minutes, we're gonna be cool up here, right? No beefing? All right, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm from New
Okay.
York, so I'm not gonna be able to help it. Sorry.
All right. You know what? Oh, okay, damn. Why you tell me, bro? Okay, all right. Listen, you know what? Let's go ahead and start from this side. Everybody go ahead and juice themselves. Quick 30-minute elevator pitch. Who you are and what you specialize in.
Hello. Y'all can hear me?
No, I'm good.
Yes, sir.
I don't think they can hear me. Y'all can hear me? Y'all still, can y'all hear me? All right, there we go. My name is Tevin Facey. You know, I'm the second part of Millionaire Essentials, and you know what we have is a funding company, but we also teach you how you can become a profitable funding company as well, and get up to $250,000 for either yourself or for your clients. And you know, we've been doing it for a while. Let's keep it very simple, straight to the point.
Dope. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. Up next, come on.
30 minutes is a long time, but you said 30 minutes. But yeah. I'm Brandon, the provider, CEO of Millionaire Essentials. We teach you guys how to become a profitable funding company and get funding yourself by leveraging your personal credit to basically get the bag.
That's what's up. Okay. Good. There you go.
All right, so everybody, it's Rashedah, also known as Sheeta 3.
Okay, all right.
And I'm your favorite middle school math teacher, also credit connoisseur, traveling for free. Listen, if you could travel for less, you would travel a lot more and come to more summits. So my goal is to always teach you how to leverage your points and miles the right way, leverage your credit the right way so that you're getting the most out of something that you're going to do anyway. Got it?
Oh, absolutely. Well,
hello, everybody. I am Haitian CEO, also known as Herman Dolce Jr., CEO, former CEO, but founder of Bellastone Enterprises. And my specialty is teaching people how to structure their business to get $250,000 every single time.
All right. So let me know when you come inside. I got a session set up for you, all right?
Hello, everyone. My name is Queela, also known as Mrs. Cashflow. So what I do, I mentor entrepreneurs in becoming fundable. So it doesn't matter where you are in the funding journey. We're going to structure and optimize your personal credit profile for up to $250,000 in funding within 6 months or less. And I love it.
Dope. That's what's up. Well, guys, as everybody can see here, everybody specializes in an aspect of funding, business credit, and personal credit, right? So what I wanted to build on, which I want to ask everybody these two questions first, right? Who here has experienced the pandemic? Raise their hand. And that's everybody. Okay, so all right. Second, who here either knows somebody personally or either you personally or know somebody whose credit was impacted by the pandemic? Wow, okay. So we're about to get a little, and the reason why I asked that question is because despite whatever everything was taught today and everything, one fundamental principle we didn't talk about was the period since the pandemic. Credit has changed, right? Which I've coined a new term called the new age of credit. And this is the period since the pandemic. Like I've mentioned to you guys, I've been impacted by the pandemic. I've learned the game of credit since then. And a lot of things have changed, right? Student loans, medical can't be reported anymore. There are new credit scoring models and things like that, right? So I want to ask each and every one of you guys, right, knowing all of this, that the game of credit has changed since the pandemic, right, how has this affected you or towards your approach in your community and your strategies? We'll start with you, Mrs. Cashflow.
I'm mostly on the funding side, so I partner with like credit repair experts. You know, matter of fact, I'm in the business looking for a new credit repair guy. Hit me up. So I'm always looking for people with new strategies, and I lean on their expertise because there's so many dispute strategies out there, AI software, and I can't be the expert at both. So I make sure that I keep abreast of what's going on in the banking world and things like that. But yeah, I haven't really seen anything differently. I know Metro 2 was introduced. That helped some things out, when we couldn't factual dispute, we were able to go that route. So it's been a lot going on, and we're here to help you get funded, period. So let's go.
Dope. Absolutely. Let's go.
So, so some things have changed on the business funding side, not necessarily on the personal, because that's tried and true. So in the pandemic, they printed all that money, right? But right before the pandemic happened, people were getting less and less money with the same profiles that they used to get. I'm starting to kind of see it again. You see things are tightening up. It's getting a little funny out here. I don't know what's going on, but somebody with like a 680 or 700 profile, before I was able to get them 50 to 100,000. Now it's 40 to 80, right? But one of the strategies that, I think everybody on the stage has figured out is ensuring that we're talking maximum, right? Your profile is at the maximum it could be, and yet your business profile is structured properly so they're not disrespecting you. Be like, oh, here's 15 instead of 20, or here's 15 instead of 25, right? Because everything is structured properly. Why are you not giving me the maximum funding as possible? And that's why the 10 Commandments I shared earlier, and that's why you were at the summit talking about how to build your profile perfectly so that you can get as much money as possible so nobody's disrespecting you.
That was good. So in my space of like travel hacking, a lot of things changed because of the pandemic, which was actually good. Right. So a lot of airlines and hotel companies was actually extending, like during the pandemic was the best time to get the highest status with a lot of these companies because they were allowing you to roll over year to year the points that you were accumulating. So for example, I was able to hit platinum really fast in 2021. 2022, I didn't need 2021 to hit it because I knew what I was doing. This year, I'm on track to do it alone by this year's stats alone. But they were actually allowing you, because people weren't traveling, they were allowing you to carry your miles over, which technically they would like kind of make you start over January 1st. Right. After December 31st, they were letting you keep everything from the previous year. So right now, everybody's upset with like Delta and American Express because they're restricting the access to their lounges and programs because they have so many people who leveraged all of that time that they gave them. So the Centurion Lounge are crowded. Yo, y'all done gave out all these Amex cards.
We gave it too much sauce.
It's too much sauce. I got a long line to get my free chicken at the lounge. The Sky Lounges are crowded, and they're trying to figure out why we got so many medallion members. Well, because of us on the stage. So that's what changed in our industry. So right now they're trying to figure out how to still keep it exclusive, right? But also still make sure that the person who's coming up in the game can also get to that loyalty status. Because I didn't start, at platinum. My goal is to hit diamond, but I didn't start there. I started at silver, and if they made it super hard, then I probably wouldn't have pursued it as much. Would it discourage you a little bit? It would have discouraged a lot. So right now, what's happening, if you have a Delta profile, Alaska Airlines and JetBlue are like, oh, y'all hate Delta right now? Come sit with us. Come hang out with us. So right now, if you have status with Delta, you can get easy status with JetBlue right now just by matching it for the end of the year. And I know if anybody here Caribbean, Wagwan. Y'all know y'all like some JetBlue, right?
Okay, that's what's up.
So that's what since the pandemic, that's what actually has changed, the extension of the status, and now they're trying to make it more strict, but status matches are out there for you to do all these type of things.
Listen, if you're having a hard time understanding how credit works, or you want a better understanding of how to boost your credit, you definitely want to check out Uptrend Credit on learning how to leverage your credit to hit your goals. Now, Uptrend Credit is an easy-to-use credit monitoring platform that's utilized to help close the wealth gap with the right resources in helping you doing so. So definitely check out uptrendcredit.com to see how you can help stay on top of your financial goals. Dope. Absolutely. Okay. What's going on, fellas? What has changed since the pandemic for you guys?
Listen, everybody say make money.
Make money.
Make money. Listen, make money. That's our point, is to make money. We got to stop getting this funding and not making any money. This is the problem of what's been changing. We've been getting you guys $100,000 and y'all making $100.
Ooh.
That is the problem. And that's one of the reasons why these banks are tightening restrictions. So one of the things we got to start doing, he gave an important play out earlier with ADP. If you can show documents, you're always going to be able to get funding. I know we're giving you guys a lot of plays on no doc, which is great, excellent. But the point is to make money in your business. If we get you 100,000, you're supposed to make $1 million, not 100. So if you can find a way, get with ADP, start making bank statements, start making the right way, start making paychecks.
Legally.
If you go to the bank.
Legally.
If you go to the bank
Disclaimer,
and you can
right.
show documents legally with bank statements and paychecks that you're getting paid, you're always going to be able to get funding because they're starting to tighten restrictions of just giving out money so easily. So we want to make sure we're covered on all bases.
So also another thing that's very important, just to really keep in mind, is that a lot of these banks are moving away from the no-doc process, and they might still be doing it, but they're now moving into the 3-month bank statement, 6-month bank statement. You know, a lot of partnerships that we have a lot of NDAs with right now, and they're specifically very harping on those NDAs because right now they don't want us to start putting the information out like everybody did during the pandemic, during COVID, after COVID, pre-COVID, you know, post-COVID, because, you know, KeyBank was thrown out there, M&T, PNC, Truist, they were all thrown out there. But now they're like, look, if we're going to put a partnership with you, there has to be an NDA clause because it's very important that you don't go out there and spit the information that we're giving you for your clients, right? So right now, even with us, we have a partnership that we just exclusively signed that if you have 3 months of bank statements, they can get you up to $75,000 with no issue. And all you have to do is generate above $20,000 per month, right? And even if you want up to $100,000, just need 3 months bank statements. So they're really starting to push that now. They're getting out of the no-doc loans, no-doc lines of credit, and you're going to slowly start to see it happening. Even with the credit cards, sorry to say, but they're going to be moving to that model very soon. And, you know, I spoke with an executive at one of the NDA clauses that I have, and they're just specifically saying, look, we have to really tighten up these restrictions. Like you said, we got to make money at this point. We can't just keep giving money and not being able to reciprocate, right? The default rates are too high. Default meaning that each business owner that's taking money, they're not paying it back anymore. So at this point, we need to start making money as a community. That's what's important now.
Which you brought up a great point, you know, which business strategy I feel is very important, right? Because a lot of people, you know, don't lack that blueprint. And having that blueprint, knowing those first steps as far as when you get the credit, when you get the funding is very essential. So I want to go ahead and, again, popcorn style, ask each and every one of you, you know, what is the one secret recipe or what is your blueprint? What is one secret you would share with everybody as far as what they would need to build their blueprint to get to the next level? Again, we're going to start with Mrs. Cashflow.
I would say instead of like can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, instead of using like a lot of the consumer accounts like Credit Strong and Rent Reporters and things of that nature, I think what was utterly important, I love when Herman and myself, I believe in credit unions, like get primary lines on your personal credit profile. That is utterly important. And then you can start out with a higher credit card limit to begin. So if you're someone that has low credit card limits, like $500, $1,000, like what I see a lot, we can turn that around just by being a partner with the bank, building up and increasing your internal banking rating, receiving a high credit card limit, and then going on your credit funding run from there. So if you start out at Navy Federal, we get you a $25,000 high credit card limit, reversing you in that rut of constantly receiving low credit cards because they love to credit match. Why will Bank of America give you $10,000, but Chase only gave you $1,000? So it makes sense. So that's what I would say. So I'm not the one who, guide my clients to get like, oh, throw a bunch of trade lines on there, get the consumer accounts. No, we're going to do this the correct way. We're going to build out, clean up your credit. During that time, you need to fill it. There is no trick. There is no quick cash scheme. You need to feel what it feels like to have bad credit and all these people you owe. And during that time, I'm mentoring you and really teaching you how to manage your money. in the correct fashion. Because the last thing I do, I don't take people back after I funded them and they go out and they mess up and they think they're coming back to get credit repair and funding again. I'm like, I can't help you.
Oh, wow. Dang, don't do that. God,
you don't even want the money for that? No. God.
One shot deal. That's it,
That's
man.
wild. One blueprint, and everybody who was at VIP night on Friday night, right? So Marcus it's a whole room. Jesus, Durain saw all these VIP tickets. Jesus Christ. So he everybody did the math. All right.
Let's negotiate
I
our
see
rates.
how many people in the room. So he was giving out some plays on how to monetize your business, right, into different strategies. So I remember when I first started out in credit repair and credit restoration, people were like, well, how do I make money off my credit cards? Because what we started to realize, we would get people these bags, but they just saw the shiny platinum and $50,000 credit cards, but they didn't know what to do with it once they got it. So getting kicked out of Amex. So you have like 2 or 3 personal credit cards, right? So I'm like, listen, why don't you start to sell your own trade lines? Right, so I know with, let's just say Discover, for example, you got 3 slots on there per month. So what I would do, I would go on Instagram, hey, $300, $400, $500, whatever you want to charge for it. I got these slots on my credit card. They're 2 years old. They're 5 years old. So the older the credit card, the higher the limit, the more I'm going to charge for it. So now on Discover, I'm making $1,500 a month by making a 10-minute phone call to Discover and be like, hey, I'd like to add Miss Cashel on this card. I would like to add Shaddai on the second slot. You know what I'm saying? And now I got a quick $1,000 off a card that was sitting in my pocket, not doing anything. Their credit score go up, they blessed, but I'm having some type of income coming into my pocket on this card that was sitting here not making me any money. Side note, if you plan on doing that game, your card can be shut down. So what you want to do is you want to tell the credit card company in advance, hey, I got a business where employees come in and out of training, so I have to put them on my card from time to time, so I'll be rotating people in and out. So you want to let them know that in advance because I don't want your cards to get shut down for some play I gave you in Atlanta. All right, but that's it.
Oh, man. All right, so a blueprint, right? I'm going to piggyback off of cash flows right here because that happens. People you go and get the money. You have no idea what to do with it. So what I would say to you as people in here learning information, right, there's resources all around you. I was speaking to somebody earlier and I said, you know what? I always had a hustler mindset. I always had it. When I was in college, disclaimer, when I was in college, I sold sneakers in grad school, right? And you know who my favorite customers were? Drug dealers. Right? Drug dealers ain't had time to stand on the line and go buy no shoes. So I leveraged that. I had the supply and the time, and I went ahead and I would go stand in online for them. And I would charge them $150 on top of the shoe, just that for my time, per shoe. But they wanted one for them, they girl, and the baby. So I was making $450 for a family in college. Right? So nice, right? And then I wanted my J's too, right? So who paid for that? Not me, they did. So it's all about how you're thinking. Like, we have to stop thinking that I have to cover this with my money and figure out how somebody else can cover it with their money because they wanted the service, I wanted the shoe and the bread, and I was in college. I was eating ramen noodles, I was okay, but I was doing that every single weekend for about $2,500 to $3,000 a weekend in college. I ain't no investing back then, so I was buying Ciroc. You know, Diddy was doing us horrible back then. But that's about the mindset shift, right? And then I actually saw this guy online. My friend bought a course, and it was him $500 on a joint. And in that moment, I'm watching it, and everything that he's saying, it made me shift my mindset real quick. I stopped thinking about here to here, and I started thinking about how can I 10x my same activity. So there might be something that you're doing right now that's around you right now, that you could 10x that activity while you get this funding so that when you run up this debt, right? Because it's debt, let's be real, it's debt. You have to pay it back, or you're gonna have to start using all this consumer law stuff that Durain's teaching you to go clean up something. When during that time you clean it up, you should be exponentially growing this money. So we get you to 100K, you should be flipping that to $1 million, like Mr. Provider, the birthday boy, just told us, right? We should be turning this 100K into $1 million, not running up the 100K, not getting it. Now we gotta spend time to fix it, and all that time you just lost, you're not getting that back. So while you're doing this whole process, just make sure that you're thinking like, yo, how can I grow this where I'm at? What can I use where I'm at right now? What do you have right now that you could use to grow where you're at, and then use the funding as fuel. That makes sense?
Not to step on your toes real quick, but I think everyone on this stage has all done the same thing, and you need to do the same thing. Solve a problem and charge people for it. So everyone has a money problem. We just solved it, and we solve it in different ways. We all, and you know what I love? We all doing the same thing. Ain't they plenty of money out here? Ain't they plenty of money? And we all eating, and we solve the problem, and then we charge people for it. So solve a problem and put your tax on it. My apologies. Go ahead.
So I want everybody to say ROI.
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 So ROI means two things, right? Return on investment and return on information. The first thing you guys need to be doing is making a business plan. Now, I'm going to say that, and a lot of you guys are probably not going to do it. You need to make a business plan. Y'all need to be writing this down. You can go on liveplan.com and create a business plan. Two things you need to focus on if you get funding or you have any type of money is sales and marketing. Those are the two things you need to focus on that's going to drive your business. If you're not going to focus on anything else, sales and marketing. So we need to put the money in the money-making things first. That's why a lot of you guys are struggling. Y'all spending all this money on making a website, doing this, getting supplies. Sales and marketing need to be the first two things, and the main two things you need to focus on is going to drive traffic and make you money. If somebody want to come to you right now at this conference and buy a product, you should have a link ready. You should be able to, tap right here. You should be able to have them check out, book a call. So you need to focus on sales and marketing. There's organic traffic and there's paid traffic. So those are the two things. When you get your first 25,000, your first 10,000, you need to focus on. Get on live, get on social media, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. That's organic traffic. That's free traffic you're doing to bring money in. Then you have paid traffic, which is ads. So those are the first things you need to focus on to bring money in to get to that 100,000, to get to that million. Sales and marketing, organic traffic, and paid traffic. Everything else comes after.
That's Wanda. But Wanda won't be good.
And it's perfect because this is my side of things, right? He does the sales and marketing, and I'm the operations. So one of the most important things with sales and marketing, right? You can bring as much sales and marketing as you want, but if you can't fulfill, you ain't shit. Just being honest. If you can't fulfill, you don't have nothing inside of your business, and you ain't gonna go far. So something important that was talked about during VIP was the CRM systems, right? Not only just CRM systems, but automations, right? If they're coming in, are they being fulfilled right away? Are they being fulfilled in an hour, 30 minutes? Those things are important because if you don't have that operations behind anything you're doing, your fulfillment is not there, then you're not gonna make any money long term. Short term, you might can do something, but long term, you're not gonna make any money.
Yeah, man.
So that for us is the blueprint as far as how we're continuously growing and scaling. But not only just that, right? You spoke about something when you came on the stage is partnerships, collaboration over competition. That's something that's very important that you need to start focusing on, right? I spoke about it during my talk. Start collaborating with people that are in your sector or in your vertical, right? If I'm in funding, then I need to start maybe working with people inside of real estate, inside of business buying, right? These are things that are important for them because they need investors. They need people with capital. That's the most important thing for them. So like I said, operations, and then also just collaboration over competition and partnerships.
Awesome.
Can I cut you off real quick?
Go ahead.
All right. You made a very valid point, and I want everybody in this room to make a very valid point to yourself. I remember you at the last credit summit. You were very active. I'll never forget your face. Even now, you sit underneath the light, glowing, right? I want y'all to think about this. The person that you see at events the most is as invested as you are. Most people that I meet and I do business with, I met them in a room. I met Herman at his free room. I said something to him that had him cracking up. He was like, the first thing I told him was, I run plays better than you. How well I just met this man? I just seen him online, and he like, what? And I told him I play right then and there. He was like, oh, shoot. We've been connected ever since, and I run into him rooms all the time. I met Brandon in a mentorship and then in a room. Tevin in a mentorship and then in a room. Darain in a mentorship and then in a room. These rooms are important. Look to the left. Look, what I tell you, look to the left, look to the right. You might be doing business with somebody in this room. Figure out how you guys can help and collaborate with each other. Like he said, you can grow within the business. There's somebody in here do the real estate. Your clients need money. There's somebody in who do funding. Your clients need credit repair. What can you offer someone else that you can fulfill? And that's it, easy. That's sales and marketing right there, just by being in proximity to people who are doing something and operating and investing in themselves the same way you are. That makes sense to y'all?
Yeah.
If it makes sense, say makes sense.
Makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. Well, first of all, everybody, let's give a round of applause to the panelists here. You know, definitely got some great gems from everybody here. Listen, I implore everybody today, before the day is out, go ahead and tap in with each and every person in here. You heard their blueprint. You can get a gem from each and every person on how to get to the next level. And of course, as always, guys, as I say in every one of my shows, listen, smiles are free, give it away. Have a blessed day, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.